Leopard cornered by a python. You won't believe how it escapes. The dense undergrowth of the African rainforest pulsed with life. Above, the canopy formed a kaleidoscope of shifting greens as sunlight pierced through gaps in the towering trees. Below, the air was thick with the scent of earth and the faint musk of wild animals. Somewhere amidst the shadows, a soft rustle of leaves betrayed the presence of a predator. A leopard, its golden coat speckled with dark rosettes, moved with the practiced elegance of a seasoned hunter. Every muscle in its lithe body tensed as it stalked its prey, a diker grazing in a clearing. The leopard paused, its piercing amber eyes locked onto the small antelope. As it prepared to pounce, the ground beneath its paws shifted subtly, a nearly imperceptible movement of the earth. The predator's ears twitched, but it ignored the sign. Then it struck. The leopard's leap was silent, a blur of fur and claws. But before it could close the distance to its prey, a massive shadow erupted from the underbrush. A python, its muscular body thick as a tree trunk, surged toward the same target. The leopard landed and skidded to a halt, its tail lashing as it turned to face the unexpected intruder. The diker fled, leaving the two apex predators locked in a deadly standoff. Deep in the forest, the leopard, named Kala by the local rangers, had carved out a solitary existence. She was a mother once, her cubs lost to a rogue male leopard in a vicious territorial fight. Since then, Kala had roamed alone, her trust in the safety of the jungle shattered. Her days were marked by survival, her nights by the haunting calls of creatures unseen. She hunted, evaded larger predators, and fought to maintain her place in a world where only the strongest thrived. But the loneliness was palpable. Kala often found herself pausing in her hunts, her gaze lingering on distant movements that reminded her of her lost cubs. The python, a colossal reptile named Mamba by the locals, was a relic of time, a creature whose species had slithered through these jungles long before humans walked the earth. Mamba was a master ambush predator, using its immense size and strength to constrict and suffocate its prey. Over the years, it had become the stuff of local legends, its size and cunning earning it a near-mythical status among the rangers and villagers. But Mamba was old. Its reflexes, though sharp, were not as quick as they once were. Hunger had driven it to take bolder risks, targeting creatures like Kala, who would have otherwise been avoided. Kala's tail lashed as she circled the massive python. The snake's unblinking eyes mirrored her intensity, its forked tongue flickering in and out as it assessed the threat. Neither moved at first, each waiting for the other to make a mistake. The jungle around them seemed to hold its breath. Then, with terrifying speed, Mamba struck. Its jaws snapped toward Kala, aiming to grab hold and pull her into its crushing embrace. Kala dodged, her claws raking across the python's thick scales. The fight was a blur of motion. The leopard's agility and the python's sheer strength clashed in a brutal display of primal survival. Kala leaped onto a fallen log to gain height, swiping at Mamba's head. But the python coiled with lightning speed, wrapping its muscular body around the log and forcing the leopard to retreat. The ground became a battleground, leaves and dirt flying as the two predators wrestled. Then, in a swift, horrifying moment, Mamba managed to coil its tail around one of Kala's hind legs. Kala snarled, her powerful claws digging into the python's scales as it began to tighten its grip. Panic surged through her as she felt the strength of the constriction, but she refused to yield. In a desperate move, she twisted her body, biting down on the snake's thick neck. Mamba hissed in pain, loosening its grip just enough for Kala to wriggle free. But the fight was far from over. The python lunged again, but this time it misjudged its aim. Its massive body slammed into a nearby tree, dazing it momentarily. Kala saw her chance. With a mighty leap, she landed on Mamba's exposed back, her claws sinking deep into the vulnerable spots behind its head. The python writhed in agony, its movements slowing as Kala's relentless attack wore it down. Finally, with one last powerful bite, she drove the python away. Breathing heavily, Kala watched as Mamba slithered into the underbrush, defeated but alive. Kala's instincts urged her to chase after the retreating python, to ensure it would never threaten her again. But as she stood there, her gaze softened. Mamba had fought out of hunger, not malice. In the stillness of the aftermath, a strange sense of respect passed between the two creatures. Kala turned away, her body aching but her spirit unbroken. The battle between Kala and Mamba became a story whispered among the rangers who tracked the jungle's predators. They marveled at how two apex hunters had fought not out of hatred but survival, a brutal yet poignant reminder of nature's balance. For Kala, the encounter marked a turning point. Though she remained a solitary figure, her resolve grew stronger. She became more than a hunter. She became a symbol of resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. Mamba, too, carried the scars of their fight, but it continued to slither through the jungle, its legend growing with each passing day. Though their paths never crossed again, the encounter left an indelible mark on the forest's history. It became a tale of mutual respect, a testament to the raw beauty of life and the unyielding spirit of survival. Years later, conservationists would use the story to inspire efforts to protect the fragile ecosystems of the jungle, reminding the world that even the fiercest predators are part of a delicate balance worth preserving. In the heart of the wild, where life and death intertwine, every creature plays a role. The tale of Kala and Mamba serves as a powerful reminder that survival is not just about strength. It's about adaptability, resilience, and respect for the forces that shape our world.